You may be seated. Y'all clean up so nice. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Betsy Gullidge, Chief Nursing Administrator of Nursing Programs and the Associate Dean of the College of Health Professions and Wellness. Welcome, family and friends, distinguished guests, faculty, and most importantly, our students. Today is your day, a day to celebrate, and what a year it's been. Can you believe that you have all made it? On behalf of the JSU Department of Nursing, I congratulate each of you on a job well done. Nursing school is no easy feat, even under the most ideal of circumstances. So what you've accomplished is truly remarkable. Becoming a nurse amid a global pandemic is something extraordinary. Please take a moment to relish in your achievement. You really do deserve this moment. As you finish your time with us in the Department of Nursing, please accept our gratitude and well wishes as we send you onward into the field of healthcare. First, we thank you for choosing JSU Nursing. We know you could have chosen many nursing programs to attend, so thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. Second, we are so proud of you. We feel you are part of a distinguished group of alumni, and we are proud to welcome you into the profession of nursing. Lastly, we will miss you. Whether you believe it or not, we get attached to you as well. We feel invested in your success, and we are so excited to see where you go and the impact you make. We hope you never forget where this all started and know that you can always come back home. I would now like to introduce Dr. Joe Walsh, our Vice Provost for Academic Affairs at JSU.
Thank you. Congratulations, seniors. I'm going to tell a little bit of an embarrassing story on myself. About a month ago, I was coming back from lunch and my administrative assistant stopped me and she said, it's already on your calendar, but I've scheduled you to attend a nursing event for seniors at the end of the month. So I went back in my office and I thought about it and I thought, gosh, I wonder what kind of nursing event they're going to have for senior citizens over there. And I've been thinking that all month, that I was going to be here with some senior citizens for some reason. The word senior is different, I guess, where you are, wherever you are in your stage of life. So I'm glad I'm here with you all today. Not that I have anything against senior citizens, but I'm very glad to be here today. My background is not in nursing, but throughout my career, I've had many opportunities to work with nurses and learn about nursing. My first job after finishing graduate school was working in the education department at Le Bonheur Children's Medical Center in Memphis, Tennessee. I had an opportunity to work with a lot of nurse preceptors and who would go out to their various departments or units throughout the hospital. And that was where I just really had a front row seat to what nurses do and saw that and saw what a powerful role that you all play. And so I've also had other opportunities. I worked 20 years ago working at UAB, helping put the very first online nursing classes up for students. We built the very first fully online nursing program. I believe it was RS to BSN. Again, working with some really top-notch nurses and nurse educators through that process. One of the most profound pieces of advice that I've ever had, and I've carried it with me for many decades now, was from a nurse educator who used to tell her students, "Prepared to be unprepared." And I never understood that, or initially did not understand what that meant, to prepare to be unprepared. And she explained that much of nursing is being prepared for various situations, practicing and being prepared for those situations. And if a patient does this, you do this. If the monitor says this, then here's what your action is, that sort of thing. And she said in the course of working with human beings, the unpredictability of human beings, and sometimes she would jokingly say human beings and doctors. She would say that you don't know, you can't be prepared for everything. She said, but you can be prepared to be unprepared. She said, if you're in a situation for which you have not prepared and you freeze, you don't respond appropriately, it's a bad thing. But if you're prepared, knowing that you're going to be in situations, then you have some resources to draw upon to then handle those situations, even though you haven't prepared for those. So I've always carried that advice with me, and I take that from a nurse educator. I've shared it with my students over the years, and I've shared it with my sons, and I carry it with me myself. So that's about the best advice I can give, and I'm in no position to give you nurses, future nurses, that advice. I'm just passing it on from one nurse to another. So as I sit down today, I hope you'll remember 3 things: that I think nurses are super cool, and I always have since my Le Bonheur days. I've always thought they were super cool. Be prepared to be unprepared. And the third thing, the word senior means different things to different people. Congratulations, and have a fantastic commencement ceremony tomorrow, and I'm so proud to be a part of this ceremony today. Congratulations.
Hello, I'm Dr. Missy Duckett, and I am a faculty advisor for JANS. JANS stands for the Jacksonville Association of Nursing Students. It's part of the Alabama Student Nurses Association and the National Student Nurses Association. This organization works to promote nursing locally, within the state, and on the national level. We raise money throughout the year to accomplish this goal and to support other philanthropic health organizations. We could not do this without our student support. Every year we hold elections, and this semester we have several officers graduating which served over the last year while they were in school. We appreciate their dedication to this organization and want to present them with a JANS graduation cord. Our current president that was just elected, Bethany Welch, will be placing cords around the necks of the officers as I call them up. Christina Wilson. She served as president. Gracie Federer. She served as treasurer. That's okay. Cassie Tilbrook. She served in communications, and her name has changed, and I can't remember what her last name is now. Phillips. Denise Smith. Denise served as membership for the last 2 years. Mackenzie Pope. Mackenzie also served in membership. Jolie Campbell. She served as Web and Social Media Chair. And Hunter Watts. Hunter served as project manager, and I just wanted to say that he did a fabulous job this year. He really stepped up and stepped out and helped us tremendously, and we could not have made it through this past year of COVID without Hunter. So I have a pin for him from the National Student Nurses Association. Thank you.
All right, so now we're going to go on to some course-specific awards. All right, beginning with NU 311, that is Foundations. This is the first clinical course that the students take their very first semester. So these awards are given to what their faculty would consider to be kind of their top student or students. Some courses may give one, some give several. It's up to the faculty. It's also up to the faculty the criteria they used. Some may use highest average, some use clinical experience, some look at a little bit of everything. So in NU 311, the top students were Ivy McCurley and Lauren Thompson. In NU 325, that is Med-Surg 1, Ivy, don't go anywhere. Come back. I don't think she hears me. Top students are Ivy McCurley, Devin Mobbs, Cassie Phillips, Destin Pollard, and Hunter Watts. Also in second semester is psychiatric mental health, and I always say that this award is not given based on a student's status of mental health. Many of them might tell you that after second semester they question their mental health. But our recipients are Jackson Cook and Cassie Phillips. On to third semester, we have Peds and U403, Alyssa Hudgens, Ivy McCurley, and Hunter Watts. Also in third semester is OB, or childbearing families. We've got several for this one. Chastity Abernathy, Atlee Brannon, Hannah Grantlin. Alyssa Hudgens. Arlana Kirby. Jay Lee. Leslie Santiago. Hunter Watts. Christina Wilson. Here, I'll meet you at the stairs. Next is fourth semester. Critical care, which is adult health in secondary, tertiary, and community settings. We have Leslie Santiago, Hunter Watts, and Christina Wilson. They're trying to beat each other. Okay. Also in fourth semester is community health. Christina Lewis. And Jenna Rainwater. And then finally, in NU 302, which is the NCLEX preparation course, Morgan McCombs, Caitlin Morgan, Hunter Watts, Madison Wisenat, So next, we're going to award four significant awards that three of which are selected by nomination of the student body as well as the faculty. The first award is based on outstanding scholarship, and this is for the student who had the overall highest GPA. And this student had a near perfect GPA, which is virtually almost impossible in nursing school, and that is Ivy McCurley. The next award is our Leadership Award, given to a class member selected by vote of faculty and class as exhibiting excellence in leadership within and or outside the Department of Nursing. This student demonstrates leadership qualities, high professional standards, creative work, and commitment to the ideals of the profession. This cohort's recipient is Christina Wilson. She's not going to run for this. The next is our Service Award. This is given to a member of the graduating class, also by vote of faculty and students, exhibiting excellence in service to the community and nursing organizations during their upper division student career. This person exhibits consistent or extraordinary participation in community and nursing organizations, is an active member of JANS, and has demonstrated commitment to the ideals and purposes of the profession. The recipient is Hunter Watts. Then finally, the JSU Spirit of Excellence Award. This is given to a member of the graduating class selected by vote of faculty and students as having demonstrated outstanding qualities of caring, compassion, commitment to excellence in patient care, and dedication to the highest aesthetic qualities of nursing practice. This year's recipient is Cassie Phillips. Next, I'd like to honor a specific group of students. These JSU nursing ambassadors work with me over the year at different events, preview days, accepted students day, white coat ceremonies. We had new ambassadors working today at this event. Anything that I need to have a student face represented, they're always willing and able and first to volunteer, and I appreciate them so much. And so I have a certificate and a cord for each of them. Jackson Cook, Gracie Federer, Sayla Kennedy, Ivy McCurley, Mackenzie Pope, Leslie Santiago, Abigail Stevens, and Hunter Watts. Next, we have some service awards to give out. We had several students that participated in an interprofessional collaboration with kinesiology and respiratory therapy in a grant called the Breathe Easier grant that took place last summer. And we have several of those students: Jolie Campbell, Alyssa Hudgens, Ivy McCurley, Carly Wood, Kayla Yarborough, We had another grant, the Innovative Recruitment Promoting Careers in Nursing grant, that several of our students participated in. This grant took place at Gadsden Middle School. In full disclosure, my husband is the principal, so he was voluntold that he needed to collaborate with our students. We had Hannah Grantlin, Ivy McCurley, Mackenzie Pope, Courtney Stevens, Lauren Thompson, Hunter Watts, All right, so lots of awards. So now, the moment you've been waiting for, I would like to invite Mr. Andy Green to come up and announce our graduates. You will be pinned and receive a certificate. Please make sure pin has been separated.
Seniors, as your name is called, please come forward. Chastity Abernathy, Northeast Alabama Regional Medical Center Intensive Care Unit. Holly Anderson, Grandview Medical Center, OB. Carrie Arnold, Redmond Regional Medical Center, Cardiac Care Unit. Kaylee Atchley, considering all offers. Jada Avila, considering offers. Haley Barnhart, considering offers. Lauren Bauer, Huntsville Hospital, Surgical Trauma ICU. Cameron Beasley, Stringfellow Memorial Hospital, Medical Surgical Unit. Hunter Benefield, UAB, Emergency Room. Adley Brannon, Tanner Medical Center, Carrollton, Stroke Observation Unit. Michaela Brooks, considering offers. Elizabeth Burks, considering offers. Jolie Campbell, Regional Medical Center, Newborn Nursery. April Chavarin, Regional Medical Center, Post-Interventional Cath Unit. Leela Clark, Gadsden Regional Medical Center, Labor and Delivery. Jackson Cook, Tanner Medical Center, Villa Rica, Emergency Room. Carly Copeland, Grandview Medical Center, Labor and Delivery. Caitlin Corbin, Floyd Medical Center, Emergency Room. Millicent Cryer, DeKalb Regional Medical Center, Intensive Care Unit. Kayla Davis, St. Vincent's, St. Clair, Emergency Room. Cassidy Edwards, UAB, Emergency Room. Destiny Elliott, UAB, Gynecology Oncology. Gracie Federer, Tanner Medical Center, Villa Rica, ICU. William Foster, Princeton Baptist, Emergency Room. Rachel Futrell, UAB, Operating Room. Kinley Gann, Children's Hospital of Alabama, 10th QB. Stacy Gonzalez, Gadsden Regional Medical Center, Surgical Intensive Care Unit. Hannah Grantlin, Children's Hospital of Alabama, Hematology, Oncology, Bone Marrow Transplant. Addie Grogan, Children's Hospital of Alabama, Special Care Unit. Devin Guyton, Gadsden Regional Medical Center, Orthopedics. Tatiana Hall, Children's Hospital of Alabama, Special Care Unit. Jeremiah Hayes, Redmond Regional Medical Center, ICU East and West. Caitlin Helms, Huntsville Hospital, Medical Surgical. Terrell Hendon, considering all offers. Paul Hicks, considering offers. Anna Grace Hood, Children's Hospital of Alabama, 10th QB, pulmonary floor. Taylor Hauk, Tanner Medical Center, Clinical Decision Observation Unit. Amanda Huska, Brookwood Baptist Medical Center, CVICU. Alyssa Hudgens, Regional Medical Center, Intensive Care Unit. Sarah Huff, Huntsville Hospital, Neuro Spine. Kyler Johns, Regional Medical Center, Emergency Room. Catherine Keith, considering offers. Saley Kennedy, UAB, Cardiopulmonary ICU. Arlena Kirby, Memorial University Medical Center of Savannah, Health and Vascular Institute. Elizabeth Knott, Tanner Medical Center, CPCU. Michaela Layler, considering offers. Alexis Law, Children's Hospital of Alabama, 6 Dearth Tower. Jay Lee, Erlanger, Chattanooga, Critical Care. Jessica Lee, Erlanger, Critical Care. Wesley Lee, Tanner Medical Center in Carrollton, Emergency Room. Christina Lewis, UNC Health, Intensive Care Unit. Alex Lowry, Redmond Regional Medical Center, Emergency Room. J.C. Mathews, Tanner Medical Center, Villa Rica, Emergency Room. Morgan McCombs, Regional Medical Center, Emergency Room. Ivan McCurley, Children's Hospital of Alabama, Pulmonary Care Unit. Michaela McDaniel, Princeton Baptist Medical Center, Medical Surgical Unit. Alexis McMahon, Tanner Medical Center, Carrollton, Emergency Room. Devin Mobbs, Highlands Rivers Mental Health Center. Kaylin Moore, Erlanger Hospital, Medical Surgical Observation Unit. Peyton Moore, considering offers. Arminda Morales, Floyd Medical Center, Emergency Room. Caitlin Morgan, Gadsden Regional Medical Center, Medical Intensive Care Unit. Mary Murray, St. Vincent's, Birmingham, Labor and Delivery. Maggie New, Children's Hospital of Alabama, 10th QB Pulmonary Unit. Julie Nichols, Grandview Medical Center, Cardio Intensive Care Unit. Mariah Noblet, Marshall Medical Center South, Labor and Delivery. Jonah Parker, Grandview Medical Center, Neurointensive Care Unit. Adam Patterson, Erlanger Hospital, CVICU. Trenton Pierman, Gadsden Regional Medical Center, Surgical Intensive Care Unit. Ashlyn Perry, Children's Hospital of Alabama, Pulmonary Care Unit. Cassie Phillips, Regional Medical Center, Emergency Room. Destin Pollard, UAB, Surgical Intensive Care Unit. Mackenzie Pope, considering offers. Jenna Rainwater, Children's Hospital of Alabama, Hematology, Oncology, Bone Marrow Transplant. Bethany Roberts, Tanner Medical Center, Cardiac Progressive Care. Leslie Santiago, UAB, Medical Intensive Care Unit. Chloe Sims, Regional Medical Center, Labor and Delivery. Aaron Sims, considering offers. Rebecca Smedley, considering offers. Denise Smith, Children's Hospital of Alabama, Pulmonary Care Unit. Taylor Snyder, UAB, Trauma and Burn ICU. Madison Spivey, Children's Hospital of Alabama, Pulmonary Care Unit. Courtney Stevens, Regional Medical Center, Emergency Room. Abigail Stevens, considering offers. Olivia Sullivan, Regional Medical Center, Labor and Delivery. Camden Swats, Grandview Medical Center, Orthopedic Medical Surgical Unit. Haley Taylor, Marshall Medical Center South, Labor and Delivery. Lauren Thompson, Children's Hospital of Alabama, Neonatal Intensive Care Unit. Courtney Tidwell, considering offers. Jennifer Turner, Regional Medical Center, Labor and Delivery. Riley Veal, Huntsville Hospital for Women and Children, Mothers and Babies. Riley Warren, Regional Medical Center, Emergency Room. Hunter Watts, Gadsden Regional Medical Center, Medical Intensive Care Unit. Madison Whissinet, Marshall Medical Center South, Emergency Room. Abby Williams, Gadsden Regional Medical Center, Medical Intensive Care Unit. Marissa Williams, UAB, Hospitalist 2. Christina Wilson, Tanner Medical Center, Medical Surgical Oncology Unit. Carly Wood, Tanner Medical Center, Stroke Observation Unit. Jessica Yarbrough, Tanner Medical Center, Medical Oncology. Kayla Yarbrough, considering offers.
Let's give a hand for all of our graduates. I feel very confident that if I'm ever in need of any type of medical care, there will be one of you out there in any various of units to take care of me, except for maybe labor and delivery. That will not be happening. Thank you, Mr. Andy Green, as always. He does an excellent job. And now I'd like to introduce Dr. Rachel Wooden, our coordinator of undergraduate nursing programs.
Thank you. I just want to say something to I say kids all the time, and I know these are your adult children because I've got them too. You know. Anyway, these are our future nurses when we go to these hospitals. They're going to be taking care of you, and I would be proud to wake up and see any of you taking care of me. Okay? So I'm very proud of you. These students have really put in over and beyond effort. These are the ones that have been through our COVID pandemic from beginning till now. And I think this is an exceptional group of nurses, so we'd all be lucky. Okay? So, students, if you will look on the back of your program, the Nightingale Pledge, and then I'll have you stand. Okay, and I want you to read it out loud with me, okay? I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous and will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed by to my keeping, and all family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my calling. With loyalty will I endeavor to aid the physician in his work and devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care. Okay. Our next activity, we're going to have our senior class speakers. So if Miss Cassie Phillips would come to the stand. Paul Hicks. Okay. Welcome. Come on. Very good.
Paul goes first.
Oh, okay. So, go ahead.
Okay. Wow, okay. Y'all are a lot of people. I don't know if you realize that sitting where you are, but there's a lot of you here. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Faculty, staff, friends, family, fellow students. For those of y'all that don't know me, my name's Paul Hicks, and I was chosen by my fellow classmates today to give this speech. Before I begin, I think it would be wrong of me to be up here and have this opportunity and not thank some people. So I'd like to thank some people first before I get going. First of all, I'd like to thank the various people that were involved through our journey here in nursing school, from the custodians and the janitor, especially that lady on the 11th floor. Jack, you know what I'm talking about. She's a homie. She came up there every morning at 7, emptied out the trash cans. The technology department for being in class quite literally every day, helping us with our tablets, helping the teachers work the projector and the TV in the side of the classroom. Even the coffee ladies in the lobby of the library, I doubt that they're here, but they kept me awake a lot longer than I should have been. And of course, I would like to thank the teachers, the adjuncts, the lab staff, and any other administrator or faculty member who would fall under the umbrella of the JSU Department of Nursing for a great 5 semesters. I believe I speak on behalf of the entire class when I say thank you to y'all for your time, your dedication, and your patience as we've navigated through valleys, hilltops. We've been through COVID, which was wild, throughout our time here. I would also like to thank any family members or friends for showing support, providing encouragement, having a shoulder to cry on. Not that I did that, I know some people, you know, did. I didn't do that. Providing a quick laugh to get our mind off things. Thank you to everyone who falls into any of those categories. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my classmates. First of all, for choosing me to be up there, despite the fact that I think Jerry and Brooks thought it would be funny to see me struggle up here. I really am appreciative to have this opportunity and to have been chosen to give this speech. I would also like to thank you all for a great 5 semesters. Whether we sat beside each other during a test, wrote up 11 stories together on the elevator in awkward silence before a test, we walked down 11 stories together for some good exercise after a test. We had clinicals together or other small things such as that. And then all the big things, you know, like studying together. Those of y'all that offered up your house, thank you, very clutch. Watching class with you, eating out together, and even, you know, doing homework together. You get very close to the people in nursing school to the point where it becomes like a family. And I'm thankful for every single one of you. And there was no one I would rather have went through the journey with. Now on to the topic of my speech. I believe a large part of me being chosen to give this speech was to let my juggling career come full circle. I started off my time in nursing school juggling, and I think this was the perfect opportunity to finish that off as well. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I'll clue you in a little bit, and I'll let you in on this sort of inside joke that we have. Most people in this cohort know what I'm talking about. On the second day of class, Miss Crabtree had us have a fun fact about herself. Like most people, I had a panic attack because I couldn't think of anything fun about me. So I went up there, and I may have, you know, looking back on it, probably a little bit of a lie, but in my head at the time, it was not a lie. I went up to the front of the class and I said, I like to think I can juggle. Could I really juggle at the time? No, but in my defense, I did say I like to think too. So, I felt like it kind of, evened out a little bit, but Miss Crabtree did not think that. She kind of latched onto that idea, and for some reason she thought it would be fun for me to go up to the front of the class and juggle. Well, as a matter of fact, I could not juggle at the time. So she called me up to the front of the class, and in the matter of feet, I was going to have to think of the excuse of a lifetime. So I went with honesty. That's always the best policy. And I just straight up told her, yo, I can't do this. I don't know how to juggle. So she asked me if I would learn how to juggle. And I said, yeah, absolutely, I'll try it. So because I don't like to let people down, I just went for it. So for the next week, I think I can say this now, I didn't do any homework. I sat in front of my TV every night, and I religiously tried to learn how to juggle. At the time, it seemed like a really simple task. I was like, yeah, I could knock this out. But it was a lot harder than you would think, honestly. So the next week, she called me up in front of the class. I was still very nervous. So I went at the very front of the class, and it was an uncomfortably large class, let me add. Y'all are a lot of people, much less this many people. So that was very nerve-wracking. But I went up there with confidence, and I juggled. I'm not quite sure that Dr. Crabtree or any of you fellow students know, but I took that a lot more serious, and that was a lot more bigger of a thing for me than it should have been. I was taught an important lesson by doing that, though. Other than the fact that she gave me a fun fact for life, I will always say I can juggle, 100%. I will never not say that if I'm asked to give a fun fact. Learning to juggle was very frustrating, and it didn't have the instant gratification that I thought it would. It told me that learning to do something challenging did not come easy, and persistence and confidence is key. This is a concept that I reminded myself time and time again in nursing school, as you have to. And it's something that I would like to pass along to y'all as we're about to go out into the real world. We're entering the medical field at a time where nurses are needed more than ever. We've just recently gotten through a pandemic, and it's kind of starting to ramp up a little bit again. And it was a place where nurses and medical professionals in general were pushed to their limits and sometimes even their breaking points. We're entering this field as new graduates, but we're looking by others as having the right knowledge and the right answers and know what to do. In some of our places, we could be the most experienced people in the field. And while it's scary at the same time, this is a great school, and we have the knowledge and hopefully the confidence to go out there and do that and to be those people. The experience that you need and the experience that you will get will more than likely not come easy and with the instant gratification like you may assume it to. Practice and time are the only two ways to gain that. Like my juggling, it takes time and persistence to learn the skills you need to become a competent nurse. With the exception of Hunter, Ivy, it seems that y'all, got it under wraps already, but everybody else, we're gonna have to get after it out there. There's gonna be a learning curve. It won't come easy as it does to others. The more you practice those skills, whether it be put in an IV, put in a catheter, charting, which is ridiculously harder than it should be, patient interaction in general, your confidence, your swiftness, and your execution is gonna come in time. I told myself time and time again while going through the frustrations of nursing school in general. In times of those frustrations, learning nursing concepts, medical concepts, biological concepts, I reminded myself it takes time and effort to become good at the skills and the interactions that it takes to become a nurse. Just as it did with juggling, you should be patient. The education we have here really is top-notch. I don't know if y'all saw it in the places y'all went, but we really are well prepared compared to other places. We're all going to be great nurses. It's just going to take practice, so just be patient with it. When I was first chosen to write this speech, I was told there was no specific time limit or a specific subject. To some people, that's a perfect scenario. They're like, oh great, I can do whatever. But for me, that was, detrimental, level 10 DEF-CON scenario, because I could write about anything. The possibilities were endless, so my mind was just spinning. But one day I had a conversation with Miss Pierce and some other students, and it really cleared things up for me. I don't think Miss Pierce is here today, but maybe she's watching online. Hello, if you are, maybe. But it really kind of cleared things up for me. And there only seemed to be one topic for me to talk about. And as I said before, it felt full circle to give my speech on this. I'm very grateful for that conversation, and bigger than that, the care the facility has for, the faculty and the facility as well has for us. Whether they know it or not, by having small conversations like that, they're showing others that they have care and empathy. And I encourage everyone, faculty and students, to continue to be who you are. Be confident. If you haven't paid a lick of attention this whole time, that's cool. I understand. We're in this big place. I really don't blame you, to be quite honest. But the number one main point that I want to get across to people is this. Be confident, yet patient. Go in there thinking you can do what you do, but if it doesn't happen right away, just know that it'll come in time. Whether that be in your nursing careers or just any aspect of your life. So if you don't hear anything, I at least hope you heard that. And with all that being said, it's time that I end this speech the way that I feel like I should, and you probably think I will, and juggle. Again, I appreciate everyone's time for listening. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak today, and I also appreciate the education and lessons that I've learned here. Thank you.
You can sit. It's okay. Hey, everybody. There's a lot of people here. My name is Cassie Phillips. As most of you have heard my name called a few times, I'm sorry. But good afternoon, everybody. Class of 2021, woo, summer. I just wanted to say that I'm honored and humbled to stand here and represent such amazing people. Every one of you, I'm so proud of you guys. We did it. Okay. We're soon to be graduates, BSNs, T-minus 7 days, guys? Okay. And then after that, hopefully we all pass the NCLEX and we take the title of RN. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has supported each of us. You don't realize what that means to each of us, that everything that we've gone through and the struggles that we've had, we would not be sitting here today if it wasn't for our faculty, our family, our friends, each other. We've always supported each other, and I'm so proud to be a part of this. I'm nervous. It's okay. Here's a brief overview of nursing school. For those of you who experienced it, you're going to experience it again. Our first semester began, we got to model our wonderful gray scrubs. They're fashionable. With our white clogs, our new name badge, and our nursing student. Yeah, it said nursing student on there. It was great. And our stethoscope. Y'all, we thought we were something. We were bright-eyed, excited, and optimistic. We were starting this chapter in our lives. Then we took our first exam and realized we had no clue how to study for this. And we paid for the next 2 years of pure torture. It really was. Between select all that apply, y'all, it is not just one, and it could be all of them. It's scary. And thinking you chose the right answer, but it's not, because there is an even more right answer. Like, you know, that which orange is the orangest orange. That is very true with NCLEX and all of our tests. Forgetting everything you studied until after you see your score and you realize you failed many times. But I'm here, y'all. It's great. Checkoffs came, and we started stressing over how to make a bed. taking manual blood pressure because, you know, they have the machines in the hospital, but that's too easy. Listening and counting heart rate, and some of y'all are way too tachycardic to count. Yes, Hunter. 120 heartbeat, and I'm over here like 80. Bless him. Calm down. It's okay. Assessing all 12 cranial nerves, how to ambulate a patient, and medication administration. That is a lot for being a first semester student. As our semester came to an end, I want to say we lost an amazing soul, Miss D. We were her last class, and I feel like I'm speaking for everybody that got to know Miss D. She was an amazing soul. We miss her. Second semester came, and we felt like real nurses going into the hospital. Little did we know that concept maps would give some of us PTSD. Me. Psych, we would all self-diagnose ourselves, and don't worry, we diagnosed each and every one of you guys too. Health deviations, you were either golf cart drivers, you worked in the gift shop or cafeteria, or you were a janitor. That was me. Unfortunately, that semester came to an end with COVID. We were virtual and we had to say our goodbyes to that semester, but we did it with our cameras turned off because we were all still in bed. At least I was. Hoping that the fall would be kinder to us. Instead of one patient, we had two, and that second was way more complicated in peds and OB. Miss Bougier taught us about Lucy. If y'all know, you know. Coitus interruptus, Nagel's rule. Dr. DeWeese teaching us the stages of labor. With peds, there were so many different stages of growth and development of children, and trust me, I have them, y'all, and I didn't even know those stages existed. There's so many. Through all of this, of what seems complicated for the ones that did not want to be peds or OB nurses, good majority of us, those of you that do, y'all are great. We need you. Those classes provided us with the foundation of becoming great peds or OB nurses or parents, whichever you found out way. Critical care, which was 4th semester, we really stepped it up. We got a good bit of cardio in, running to codes, and then realizing once we got to those codes, we actually had to work them. Yes. And then the next day we woke up wondering why we actually hurt, because we were all so out of shape from studying many nights. My abs hurt, I don't know about y'all, but that was me. We didn't speak of certain instructors' TikToks, but we all shared them among our group. And this semester was a little challenging as well. When we walked in the hospitals, I tell you guys, if you are not a nurse, seeing those nurses who are absolutely exhausted and have worked through the COVID pandemic, I absolutely want to say that those nurses are amazing. And I'm excited that to be a part of this group that we will be side by side those nurses as well. Now that we are at a close to our new chapter as actual almost nurses, which is something we all set out to do from the beginning, I'm proud of each and every one of you guys. I have seen you overcome your own personal struggles, and you guys have seen mine as well. The late nights of studying, crying, not sure whether or not we were going to make it, I was there many times, but we persevered. Perhaps this is the moment for which you have been created. Esther 4:14. I will not leave you guys on this sad note. I really do have one more story. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a dinosaur. I wanted to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex more than anything in the world. I made my arms short and I roamed the backyard and I chased the neighborhood cats. And I growled and roared at them. Everybody knew me and was afraid of me. And then one day my dad said, "Kat, you're 17. It's time to grow up and throw those childish things aside." And I said, "Okay, Pop." But he didn't really say that, y'all. He said, "Stop being a dinosaur and get a job." But you know, I thought to myself, I'll go to nursing school, I'll practice for a little bit, and then come back to it. But the point is, guys, don't lose your dinosaur. Okay. I love y'all. Congratulations, everybody. Woo!
I'd like to ask Madison Spivey to come to the stage to give our closing prayer. Jacksonville State University is appreciative of all cultures and faiths, and she will give her own words to close our ceremony. Before she does, I just want to say congratulations again. Thank you for sticking it out through this very difficult last year and a half. I know you will do great things. I'm excited to see what you do. Keep in touch with us. Let us know what you're doing. Come back and teach with us, precept for us, and make a mark on future nursing students. Congratulations.
All right, I'm going to close this out with a little word of prayer. Let us pray. Awesome Father God, I want to first thank you for the opportunity to gather here today to celebrate my cohort and I for accomplishing such a wonderful achievement. As we look forward to the future, Lord, may we be reminded that you have laid out the plans for our life with divine care. I pray that we may find courage and peace in this as we step into great yet uncertain times. That we may cast our anxieties onto you, for you have not given us a spirit of timidity, but one of boldness, love, and discipline. We have all been called according to your purpose and equipped to do your good works, and you are leading us in paths of righteousness. I ask that your hand is upon all of us from this day forward to bless our lives with goodness and success and enable us to use our gifts wisely and in service of others. And I also pray that if it's in your will that we all pass the NCLEX, pretty please and amen.